Welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us for today's Appraisal Buzzcast. We've been getting a lot of feedback recently, and we appreciate all the positive feedback you've been giving us. I'm Jim Morrison. Today, we have Mel Black of McKissick Learning, a company under the Calibra Group umbrella. Mel's a practicing attorney, and today we're going to be talking about a really juicy topic, appraisal disciplinary cases, and what appraisers can do and learn from them to avoid getting into trouble themselves. Mel, thank you so much for joining us.
Glad to be here, Jim. Thank you for the invitation.
So we're having you on because you are hosting a class for McKissick at Valuation Expo September 7th in Las Vegas. The class is Learning from the Mistakes of Others, Appraisal Disciplinary Case Studies. This is really interesting, but let's start off first with talking about you and your history in the industry and what you know about these disciplinary cases. Can you tell us, your history?
Glad to. I guess my history goes back to being the executive director of the North Carolina Appraisal Board for 8 years. And then I left to go into private practice 19 years ago. So if we do the math right, that's 27 years of dealing with appraisal issues and complaints. And a majority of my law practice is assisting appraisers with complaints before their state appraisal board. So it's kind of the thing I do.
Well, that's very, I know that you've got your hands full with that. As just a stat, how many of these that you do you see get thrown out?
Well, I see a lot of them that end up with a very positive result.
Okay.
And depending on the type of case and what it means, a positive result could vary depending on what expectations are. To me, it's all about having a very strategic plan and telling the truth at every single stage of the process. And then knowing USPAP, your state rules, state statutes, and your state's administrative procedures up one side and down the other. And I think those are the keys in trying to get a positive result.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Telling the truth is the best way to go. Usually you get in a lot less hot water that way.
Absolutely. And I think sometimes the emotional side of having a complaint, that first 72 hours, first 2 hours where you've been notified of the complaint, appraisers sometimes just freak out. And when I say tell the truth at every single stage, sometimes it's not on purpose that you would intentionally try to mislead the board, is that you just go off half prepared and answer and go, oh, wait a minute, that's not right.
Proxy Pics is the first of its kind on-demand system for getting the location-specific media you need from wherever you are. Their simple-to-use platform creates an online marketplace matching people needing property photos with proxies or data collectors near your requested location. Through crowdsourcing, you can get current, up-to-date photos of anything on the map within hours, if not minutes. Never before has it been simpler, more economical to get the property photos you need. Sign up at proxypics.com or download the Proxy Pics app, available on the Apple and Google Play Store.
Good advice that I give to people once they receive a complaint is the first thing you have to do is breathe. The second thing is breathe. And the third thing is breathe. And then after you've done that for 2 or 3 days, then sit back and read it again before you start taking action.
Well, let's talk a little bit about your course in Las Vegas. This is going to be a 3-hour course. Is that correct?
That's correct. Yes.
And this is approved for CE. They're listed on the website. Most states in the US it's approved for. People can take this in conjunction with the full conference at Valuation Expo or just a trade show pass. So if you only need a little bit of CE, this is perfect for you. If you haven't done any CE because of COVID and you're catching up, well, you can do the full 14 hours plus take this class. We've got you covered at Valuation Expo. Mel, what are some of the things that would make this class stand out and make people want to join us?
Well, it's a great class, first of all. I'm very impressed with it. And I do write a lot of my own classes, but this one is written by Dan Bradley, a longtime appraiser and a longtime appraisal curriculum developer. And he's done a fabulous job with this. One of the things that sticks out about the class is it's real life. These are not hypotheticals. These are not textbook things where you just make something up. These are real life cases from real life case files. And it's more than a dozen, maybe 15 or more, 16 cases. And we'll go through them and see what the appraiser did and didn't do. and compare it to the standard of practice and see where we are.
That's funny. Growing up, my dad always said, it's great you always learn from your mistakes, but I wish you would learn from other people's mistakes once in a while. So this is a perfect chance for appraisers to learn from other people's mistakes.
Well, that's exactly what we're going to do. And I think if you're a commercial appraiser, there's something here for you. If you're a residential appraiser, there's something here for you. We go through, of course, our favorite thing, and that is a USPAP. And one of the things we'll do is look at whether a case is a competency case or an ethics case. Because to me, those are different, and how they're handled by the boards, I think they're different. We'll also look at some development issues under Standard 1. We'll look at some reporting issues under Standard 2, as well as record keeping. And I think that folks are going to be able to say, gosh, that appraiser did that. And my prediction, Jim, is you're going to have people taking notes going, I'm going to make sure I don't do that. That's what's going to happen. Yeah.
Well, that sounds great. We're going to take a quick break for a commercial message, and we'll be right back. An accurate appraisal is only as good as the data you collect, especially when it comes to measuring GLA. Right from the homeowner's smartphone, Remote Val uses advanced property scanning and LiDAR to generate exterior room sketches with GLA dimensions. Testing shows Remote Val is accurate within 2 inches when compared to standard tape and laser measurements. Remote Val is fast, easy to use, and completely free for appraisers. To see a demo of it in action, visit INCENTERAM.com. So welcome back, everyone. We're talking with Mel Black about the course, Learning from the Mistakes of Others, Appraisal Disciplinary Case Studies at Valuation Expo. One of the things about this course is it's approved in almost all 50 states. So you're going to have to be covering a little bit from these different states, Mel. Can you go into that a little bit?
Yeah, I'll be glad to, Jim. That's one of the great things about being able to teach a national class, to have folks from all over the country. And one of the things that we'll recognize and respect is that each state or commonwealth or jurisdiction has their own procedure with their appraisal board. Sometimes it's how their appraisal board is organized. Are they a part of a larger state organization, or maybe they're an autonomous licensing board? The Administrative Procedures Act in each state dictates how those cases will be handled. So while the steps are very, very similar, they may be achieved in different ways. So that's one of the things we'll do during class, is to teach in a very general method, and where there are differences, we'll note those. Because the last thing you want to do is have someone from state A taking notes on how to do things in state B. So I'll make sure folks are clear on that.
So speaking of taking notes, is there anything that anybody who wants to take this class should bring with them? Is there anything that they need to bring from home?
Sure, an open mind and a sense of humor, because we're going to learn, but we're going to have fun too, and it's going to be fun. Your USPAP book, and I know so many appraisers carry it with them everywhere. They got 5 copies, one in the car, one under their pillow. They carry it with them everywhere. But if you want to take notes in your USPAP book, or that might be a good thing. And I will reference certain sections. So that would be an optional thing. You'll have everything on the screen, obviously, to be able to participate and do well in class. Yeah.
Well, thanks so much, Mel. We're really looking forward to this. I think it's going to be a great session. It's just $75. Everybody who's coming should do that. You're going to probably spend that much at the blackjack table. So, it's a great deal, and it's a quick session. It's 3 hours. I know most of our attendees will want to join this. So I really appreciate talking with you, and we can't wait to see you in Vegas.
Well, Jim, one more thing. How else can you gossip about other appraisers for 3 hours and get CE credit for it?
Absolutely.
It's going to be fun.
Absolutely. Well, we're looking forward to it. Anybody that wants to register, go to valuation.com/register, and you can register right there and add that course to your cart. Mel, we're looking forward to it. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. I've enjoyed being with you today, Jim.
All right. I'll see you soon in Vegas.
All right. Take care.
All right. Thanks to our listeners, and thanks to our sponsors for helping us put these together. If you have any comments or would like to be included in a future Buzzcast, reach out to us at comments@appraisalbuzz.com. Thanks, and have a great day.
Valuation Expo, the country's largest appraisal conference, is at the Mirage Hotel and Casino in Vegas, September 7th through the 9th. If you want the very best price for access to the trade show and 14 hours of CE, Go to valuationexpo.com/upgrade. Purchase the Appraisal Buzz Premium Plus membership, and you'll receive a 50% off coupon code for $450 off the general session pass. The offer is good through May 18th. For additional questions, send us an email at info@valuationexpo.com.